Hey there guys, and welcome to another Krozzfyre cast. I've got some 4v4s. That's right, yes I do, and let's just get this thing underway. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to cope with this, but yeah, so I've seen there's a couple of 4v4s up, and I thought it's a bit of time to try and get one under my belt, or two, have I done one before? I'm not too sure. So, let's introduce everyone real quick, because it's stuff's going to go down sooner or later. So we've got Best on Fire over here, we also have Ezekiel, Jehuti, and Evil E. So they're all going to be playing as the Soviets, and over here as the Ostia we have Hades. We also have John Wayne from the 1990s, Stalker in the house, and Lindir. Okay. My favorite name. Oh God. Let's go with Stalker in the house. So we'll be following him for most of it. Let's just do that. I have no idea how to really work this one out. But let's talk about the map real quick. Obviously, it's a very big map. It's with it being a 4v4 or a 3v3 or a 4v4 only map. I don't particularly like this map very much because it's so just big and square and predictable. But I do prefer it to the city maps. So I don't really like these big maps so much. But let's have a look, see how everyone does. I mean, a lot of the fighting tends to happen over the two fuel points located in this island down here, and in this middle section here. So you normally have sort of like one or two players here, one or two players here, and then one person up here. But it's interesting to sort of see how teams will actually start to use the different points to their advantage, like which one they'll focus on more. Because I would sort of say that the field is more important in the early game. If you control the field, if you can get enough OPs down, then the victory points will come. If you've got the vehicles out, that's the sort of my general consensus for these maps anyway. So John Wayne, he's gonna have to get these guys out pretty soon. He's gonna, okay, he's lost that straight away. That sucks. So Stalker in the house is here. Oh well, the Grenadiers are not backing him up, but now Stalker in the house is gonna eat a Molotov, but he gets out of the way quite nicely. It's a 2v2 at the moment in this middle section. But with this additional force of the Grenadiers now, if they can push away one or two of the squads, okay, some more concentration. Now it's a 3v2. Now these guys are in quite a bit of danger, but they're doing a nice bit of damage. They need to focus fire though. They all need to focus on one squad. Now he's eating these shots in the back from the soft retreat, but now he's in yellow cover, so that's quite nicely done. This guy's way out in the open, so he's going to go down pretty soon. So you can see you can kind of see what they're doing. Look, is they're focusing firing on that guy. There you go, that guy goes down, but there's no focus fire from this side, so that's kind of sad. And there's a mortar up now here who is way too close to this point, and he knows it's going to be capped, so he needs to get away from that. Yes, he does. Grenadiers take a couple of more pot shots to these guys. Ooh, yeah, he gets one. Alright, okay, so that kind of makes up for his early loss. The mortar, I suppose, is going to be firing alright on this guy, but he's going to be moving pretty soon. There he goes. Ooh, doing a good bit of damage. He's going to be backed up by this Grenadier squad and his own Grenadier squad coming back, but they don't have the fuel. Scout car out for Ezekiel, who is going to take another squad of Stalker in the house. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And there's a sniper about somewhere as well. Meanwhile, down the bottom then, we see that they've actually managed to push off the other guys, so we'll actually start getting connected to this field. And top, this guy hasn't been opposed by anyone. Hades hasn't been opposed by anyone up top. And they're also being able to secure this, but it's because they've ignored this field point, so John Wayne kind of got the bum end of the deal, as did Stalker in the house, but he sort of sent his troops in the wrong place. This isn't so important right now. The munitions is great to have, but you're going to need the fuel sooner or later. And not having this point capped sucks, because there's so few points on this map that you need them for as long as possible, all of them as long as possible, and to just OP them up. Because you think in a 1v1 and 2v2 you can get away with OPing things up, and possibly not. But in a 4v4 there's so little of you to so many of you to so little points that your points should be capped up almost instantly. You should be getting them done straight away. Because if you think about it, when you got like 8 to 9 squads in the middle against like 7 or 8 squads, it's not just about pure numbers then. It can be about positioning, it can be about who's got the better cover, who's got the better support. So, you know, if you sacrifice an early unit or two just to secure your future income and prevent annoying caps like this, then you're doing good. So, John Wayne replaces Pioneers, and he is going for his tier 2, so I suppose we'll be seeing a half-track out quite soon, or possibly even a scout car of his own to get rid of these scout cars. We shall see. He is capping up this point, and he's... Oh dear, these Grenadiers are spotted bother after eating that Molotov. Getting some green cover, son, you like that. So... This mortar, I guess, is gonna try and debunk this guy, but no MGs around. And MGs on this kind of a big map, the German MG42 is so good because it just covers such a wide arc. You can have like 2 and it covers the entire map. Maybe not the entire map, you get what I mean. So it's a 2v1 situation down here now, so it looks like Matey Boy is in a bit of a... Linda is in a bit of a sticky situation. Meanwhile, this guy, I think this guy has been a bit overambitious. Hades, he's just been trying to push on way too far down here, and he should be helping out. Helping out get this fuel and whatnot, because they haven't got any fuel income right now, you know. They're at 7. Whilst their opponents are on... Oh god, look how many players there are. 32 income for their fuel. And you can see they've also got their OP down as well. Let's get back onto... Who was I following? John Wayne, was it? Yeah, John Wayne. Come on, buddy. Get off your horse and drink your milk. That's possibly... yeah. You go and pick him up with your Grenadiers, mate. You don't want to be leaving him around, especially so close to your enemy base, because you will be giving away free stuff, and no one likes to give away free stuff. So we see that the half-track is the unit of choice, followed by a pack gun. That's not an unreasonable call, seeing as they will be encountering some vehicles sooner rather than later. I guess that there's going to be some sort of T-70 rush, because they've been able to enjoy this fuel all game, and now they've got this fuel as well. That's what I would do if you wanted to do what Krozzfyre does. So now we can see the sort of the push right back, and it's because this player is pushing so hard up top for not a great amount. Like there's so much more valuable positions they could go to, but they just aren't. Flame half-track will actually do okay against these, because it will actually flame out the snipers from the back of the half-track, so if you can keep them up. But if there is... Okay, so there's no... Okay, there's no guards about, and there's a couple of MGs facing the same direction, which is poor, and they will eat some flames for their bother. Meanwhile, the amount of damage that this half-track is taking just from small arms fire is quite impressive. You've got to remember, these are quite fragile units. You have to sort of really get them to eventually 1 or 2 to start being effective. Meanwhile, these guys sitting about, not doing nothing. Ain't worried about nothing. Ain't worried about nothing. Yeah, so he's decided just to ignore the fuel mid now, which is the wrong option. I mean, like, when you're sort of in this position, it's kind of just accepted that, right, your point is going to be the fuel, you know. You don't sort of, especially if it's a random 4v4, you just sort of, it's just good manners, I guess. He's trotting head on to this MG and guards. He gets the rifle laid off, so those guys should be going down soon whilst he's repairing up the half-tracks. So hopefully, yeah, this could be actually a nice little position. And he shouldn't have got those guys out of there. Well, he didn't need to retreat these guys. Could have just run them back to the half-track and reinforce off the half-track. As with these guys as well, just because they're losing a member or 2. Yeah, now you need to start moving them back because they're taking quite a lot of damage. Here it comes. Nope. Sorry, I thought that was a Soviet vehicle then. But half-track does get immediately 18-aided. It doesn't matter. You've still got your engineers right next to them. Meanwhile, it's a pack shotgunner. Ooh, what happened there? That was quite sweet. Like, it looked like the bullet went through the vehicle and then the snipers just leapt out. That's quite sick. Anyway, back down here though, you can see. I mean, he's been buttoned now. Don't know if that's the best button in the world. No, it's not, because he's not focusing on the actual vehicle. He's, you can see, he's taking those shots over there, so he didn't focus on the vehicle. Unfortunately, if he did, he might have been able to take that down, but now he's going to suffer for his plate. Panzer Grenadiers out now as well, backing up this AT gun, which is going to be cool. Very easily be able to handle these guards if he works them together. Yeah, and he's going to run away. He's going to pick up this MG42. It's kind of sad. So now he's actually in a bit of not a good position. If he can get a good grenade off, he'll be able to do fine. But Mortar sitting about, not doing anything. Mortar could be moving forward, especially against snipers. Mortar's excellent against snipers, and those looking snipers are good too. So a grenade comes off from the guards, takes down 2 members. No, it didn't take any members on the pack. Excuse me. And plane's lost here. Sniper picking away. 2 kills in this one. Is there another one? I think I heard there another one. Maybe the other one went down. Okay. So, but I mean, they're fighting on the back foot here. They don't want to be fighting here. They really want to be fighting on the island itself because that's where the money's at, yo. These upgun Panzer Grenadiers aren't going to fare too well against the guards, especially as those ones don't have the LMG-42, but still, they're not going to have a good time because half of them have got Shreks, and that's no good against infantry. A good grenade, not a very good grenade. Oh, better grenade going back though. Taking down 3, and these Panzer Grenadiers should be able to mop it up now. He's going to get out of there. But that was a good grenade there from Hades. Well played, sir. Well played. But look at all this force that Hades got. Just contained this area, which is only protecting the munitions. Now they're starting to make it a little bit of a play on the field, but it's been so long in the game, I just fear that they won't be able to get vehicles out in time to deal with whatever the Soviets could throw at them. Who knows, though? I don't watch these replays before I cast them, because that's boring. It's very boring. But they have been able to enjoy the VP control, mind that said. So the VPs are standing at, well, it's actually even at the moment for 346 and 500 for our boys in blue. This guy's not having fun. He's going to have to get on out of there. The sniper, though, just Sniper Jim, and he's actually got 13 kills. Maybe that's the sniper I was thinking that was the enemy sniper, so he's done pretty well for himself. Again, retreating MG. Why are you retreating the MG when you've got your half-track right here? It's not smart, dude. Play smart. You gotta play smart to win smart, yo. So now we see vehicles out. We've got the SU-76, which means an SU-85 is just behind the corner. But he's able to do nice infantry damage. He can do the barrage as well, which is great. This is just like the Ziskan barrage, except free. And you should abuse it as much as you can. A good infantry push coming in now. But this point isn't as valuable. If you sort of went down for like the cutoff or something like that, then it might have been a bit better, and especially now you can count this. This will take up your time, a great amount of time, just to try and take it down. So, but a nice push off. I don't know what happened to that SU-76. Let's have a look. He's just backing out. He's got engine damage, but he's okay for now. And this little force down here should be pushing forward. I mean, yeah, suddenly like this idea of pushing on this isn't great, especially with all the snipers and guards. So, I mean, if you had your mortar up there, if you had your half-track up supporting that area, that would have been a lot better. Okay, recovering this gun is good, especially as the SU-85 is there, so your Ziskan is perfect if you stop running it away. You didn't need to retreat it all the way back to your half-track. You could have just turned it and moved your half-track down to there. Remember, your half-track's got wheels, your men have got legs. That should be some sort of philosophical saying of mine. Half-tracks have wheels. Do half-tracks have? No, half-tracks have like half-tracks. They have tracks. No wheels. Maybe it won't become a philosophical statement of mine then. Or it could just be used as retarded. Really retarded one. These guys are standing about defending a point of nothing. They could be out here defending a point further on. Large force just going to smash away at these guys in this building who are not going to be enjoying that. I think what's happening here is because you're focusing on two areas, you're not paying enough attention on either one. If you had all of this force in the middle, you really could be doing a number on the fuel there. Or if you decide to just ignore this point completely and go down and make a push with your matey boy Linda, then like I say, I think you could be doing more than you are now. But that said, it's going quite well up here. I mean, the VPs are about to go back in favor of... No, he's actually moved out. Someone should cap this point. That'd be nice. But yes, as I'm saying, is the VPs are looking okay, looking quite good. They are slightly draining now. You're screwing with my rhythm, guys. So these suicide conscripts really want to come in here, throw this 18A, but they're going to pay for their lives. Because Pioneer Squad is sitting right there. I mean, that's just really silly play. However, now that the S-85 is moving on up, that's not too bad, but this pack gun should be firing at it. Fire at it, pack gun. Yeah, because you got MG2, you got enough tankiness just to roll on out. Keep rolling on out. Roll on out. And meanwhile, this SU-85 will have some struggle, but another SU-5. That means now you've got the problem. And this is what happens when you split your forces. Now you've only got one AT gun there, and the other two AT guns on you. So you might actually be able to take down this SU-85, but again, it's more from your opponent's lack of concentration than your own. No, he's probably going to roll that one out. And again, a quick reposition. Yeah, so sweet. You're able to just fire this guy. Getting MG2 is cool. Don't worry about repairing the pack. Go and repair something else, or fire on some of these people. Like go and get the sniper, because the AT gun explodes. The AT gun explodes. It's not the worst of your worries at the moment. The worst of your worries is defending against the infantry. But here come your troops in a good position. Some smoke going down here. I'm gonna guess this is a strafing run, and I guess right. always do. Now I need a little advance forward with this. Is this gun, or you can actually just use the barrage on it there. That'd be fantastic too. And like these guys just wait. If you had these guys down here, you could be really nailing, sticking it to them. But okay, your MG's gonna pick up a kill on this MG42, hopefully. Meanwhile, I made to get more troops spread out. So, like I say, you're trying to focus on 3 flanks. It's very difficult to do. But when you're on such a large map, it's hard because you know none of the action is connected. There's so many different players involved. It's difficult. But good kill on that MG. Go and finish that off. And that'd be sweet. You see, this guy's focused now, being up on top up here. He's gonna go down after hitting the SU-85 shot. So, guys, running on in. Someone should recover that MG. That'd be great if you were engineers when it did that. Banking on a lot of fuel now. I'm not too sure what you're doing with this. You haven't picked a command yet either, so okay. Well, that's okay. Just as long as you bear in mind, you have to keep on top of your resources. Simply because it just takes so long for units to get to the battlefield as well. You really need to be on key, like on form. It's good right from there, which just makes that tank look really silly as it just fell apart like it was just Lego. Weird. But okay, so these guys have done well here. These guys have done well here. But as soon as they encounter this this forthcoming sniper and guard combo, they're going to be in a bit of a sticky wicket. I would personally just nab this MG and run. You know, it is expensive to take it, but it's free. It's free units for you. You know, never have too many MGs. Okay, so you should be able to push off these guards easy enough here. These guys are still just sat here, which is really sad. I mean, you could be going and capping your fuel, or at least poking around, having a look at it. You forced off down there because there's... Ooh, unlucky, mate. Lost your LMG there. That ain't cool. So, a bigger engagement now. Okay, Molotov went down. So, this is what I say. I'm having difficulty just keeping up with it. So, if you're trying to deal with 3 fronts in a 4v4 map, then that's why you're struggling. Just blob your forces a bit more. For a 4v4, you can, like, the supreme advantage of team games is when you just have so many people in one place at one time. So if you just send all of your units in one area and just sort of like put your foothold there, and then hopefully like your allies will back you up when you're getting a bit swamped by 2 players, that's the way to do it, rather than trying to spread out over each front. Because if everyone's just trying to spread out, then it's, like I say, you're all trying to micro in 3 battles when each of you could just micro 1 battle and do really, really well. So that's my thoughts for 4v4 anyway. You shouldn't really take that into effect for like 1v1s and 2v2s, but these guys are gonna have to get out of here. Come on, Linda, get those guys out of there. P4 out of there. Like I say, no. Oh, he's spent some fuel on something. Oh, he's gone for tier 4. Interesting. What you tend to sort of see, especially on the bigger maps, and they just sort of tend to think, right, I'll just get out as many expensive units as I can. I'll just get the Panther 5s. Panther 5, sorry. The Panther 5 is okay, but I mean, I'd rather have more P4s than like a couple of less P5s. Simply because if you just use them correctly and you back up with your pack guns, you should be able to get the flank off very easily on an SU-85. Confuse it with numbers alone. That's my 2 cents anyway. But I mean, like the Brumbar is actually quite fun. It's kind of an awesomely crap unit. Sometimes it just has these like magnificent, glorious shots where it just obliterates everything inside. Sometimes it just really, really, really doesn't. It just like really sucks. He goes up against like a T-34 and loses hard. Which okay, yeah, it's an exaggeration. But look, I mean, this sniper's being able to just run up right next to you, which is funny and sad. But you mean your guys are starting to fire against him, but this MG's going to go down, and your pack gun's going to go down. That's what you get for leaving him alone there for so long. Yeah, Grenadier's going to run across here, but it's not going to be able to do anything. You might be able to take out the sniper with a nice rifle nade, but nope. Nope. It's a wasted opportunity there. More troops coming in to support this area, and again, it's having a bit of a conclave now, because here come the vehicles as well from Ezekiel. He's got all of his forces here. This is what you guys need to be doing. Why have I got Fog of War off? Oh, that's confusing. But a good infantry push now, like I say, because you've got most, well, apart from this one pack in down here, but because you've got most of your forces together, this is what you need to be doing to be able to push against the 4v4 teams. Good grenade down there as well. Plenty of weapons drops. Start grabbing these things. Look at this. Just dropping them like the GTA weapons. Go and pick them all up. Pick them all up. Every single one of them. Panzer Grenadier is going to do well against this P4, as is Matey Boy's P4. Sorry, this SU-85. Sorry, should I say? Meanwhile, the top's being entirely lost now, so Hades' initial push is going to start looking a little bit naff. Destroyed engine on the S-85, just go and finish it off with one of the Panzer Strikes. Don't risk your P4 getting shot again by whatever it is that shot it down here, because that's stung like a bitch. That guy should be going down. Okay, so the S-85 over there went down. There's another S-85 here. So we see no T-34s. We see just an entire army of S-85s. What do you get? Panther 5 is okay. It can 1v1 an S-85 and kind of get about break even on it, unless you can get a decent flank on it and things. But it needs backup. That's my issue. I think it just definitely needs backup. You can see this S-85 is just going to eat this P4 alive because it's showing its ass to him. He's going to say yes, please, yummy, one for me. And he's now has he got marked vehicle? Yeah, he's got marked vehicle on him now as well. So it means his opponent will always have kind of loose vision on him over that scout with that scout plane. So down he goes. These S-85s, look, 3 S-85s right here. You know, Packens are going to do perfect. Packens and Panzer Strikes are going to do very, very well. Vehicles won't. You know, if you try and go up against that with your P5, you're going to have a bad time. But nevertheless, P5 is rolling on in here. If you didn't know, the Panther 5 is actually Germany's premier medium tank. Yeah, voted most popular by drivers of the Eastern Front. It had luxurious legroom for all your passengers. Nice windows in it as well, so you could look out for a beautiful day. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What have I been smoking? So, this is looking like a bit of a grim situation now for our austere friends. Get out. Out you go. There you go. You're just about to survive. Yeah, this is looking like a sort of a sticky wicket. No VPs. You keep clinging barely onto this fuel. This fuel probably will go down to the hands of your opponent, so very late OPs up, but the OPs nonetheless coming from Hades. At least he's recognized that. And you've had one Opel Blitzer, you may as well have if you've got one, you may as well have more. That's my thinking. Up here, your P5 has hit a mine and is now rendered pretty crappy. Good flank coming on from these guys. Going to take out these mortars handily enough. They're going to be backed up by a P4 shortly, but the P4 is going to be a little far away. These poor P4s could be doing something as well to help out, but they don't. Then just let those poor mortar squads just melt, burn. There's no funeral for you, my friends. Okay, so yeah, you got to get out of there. Panzer Grenadier is going to run into it as well. There's so much going on right well. Yeah, and down here is another big excursion. So S-85 is trying to take on this very vetted up pack crew, but unfortunately he's going to be going down pretty shortly. There's only one guy left, and an MG firing at him. There goes the last member. Out he goes. More snipers around here, but there's a strafing run going down on top or around it. So at least you get some vision. You know what's going down over there. Meanwhile, your infantry troops are just eating a lot of damage from, well, a lot of suppression from the MG. But this guy isn't, so he is able to cap up. No, yeah. So your engineers had to get out. Your pioneers, excuse me, had to get out. So your vehicle is just sat here. Very expensive doorstop right now. Another big explosion coming out from Hades up top. He's not necessarily meeting much resistance up there. So he's got a large force, not doing a great amount. So it's a little sad, but he's at least having success in something. But a good flank coming from these P4s, coming around the back of the S-85s. The S-85s have a very long, slow turning arc, and also you sort of hear the Katyushas is right here. This is the prime target. I would send your guys there as soon as you get the flank off. So now you've got half the flank. Now you've got two guys on the wrong side of the S-85, but down, there goes a lot of damage. A lot of guys can be able to take this guy out. So, charge after the oh! Sugar Ray Johnson, that's a very good, very accurate, and followed up by more artillery. Taking out two P4s, that hurts, that sucks. That's very much worth 200 munitions for that guy. You get the medal of best killing of tanks today in P4. The S-85 inevitable rush is going to come up against this German P5. Down go one Panzer Grenadiers. That's unfortunate. These guys are going to make it out. Flank coming from Hades. So now is the time to strike while the iron is hot. If you're able to get your... Nope, you're still trading your Panzer away. That's sad. So he's definitely going to lose his Panzer 5. And it's all your fault. Yeah, down he goes. Look, in a little ball of flames. And the S-85 is just a nice iron fist that's going to deal with any vehicle they encounter. It's going to completely able to force off all the infantry who aren't able to do anything. A big swarm of the Ezekiel's troops coming to run over these points now as well. Now things are looking a little bit grim, a little bit dire. There's still the top control. There still is plenty of munitions coming in. But it's not munitions you need. You know, Katyusha's coming in on top of this Panther, so it's going to help do the extra damage that the S-55 needs to finish it off. So that's too many things down. With these support trucks, by the way, guys, always just use the tactical map to see where the actual territory ends, because sometimes you can get them pretty much right outside your base, and that way they are safer than if they are further forward. P5 has got no right to come charging in here, especially as he knows that there's so many S-55s, and I mean, it doesn't do a great amount of damage. Pack is going to slowly creep up and support him as well, but he should be outmaneuvered in this position, I believe. There's no one here. There's no one there now. He's decided that now he wants to go and play top. I mean, okay, he pushed off one S-85, but he didn't follow it up at all. That's the trouble. I mean, you're either gonna take it out or you're not, and there's no point just damaging it because you can just go off and repair it, or you know, just flank you with the other guys. So now the snipers are really dishing out on your guys here. With no vehicle support, that's going to be a bad time. So you need to get out, especially now that he hit Veteran Z3. Get him out! Get him out and stop looking at top! Stop looking at top, whatever's up top is not important. And down he goes to the sniper fire. This guy's going to go down to sniper fire as well, because I imagine he's just too busy up here. And that's sad. Now he did actually manage to get out with 2 of his guys. But this is the problem about trying to send your guys to different fronts on such a large map, because there'd be no support coming. It would take so long for support to get down there. Yeah, that sucks, man. But that said, I mean, like, you're probably the only player with any sort of real force. Another P5 out of Hades. We'll see if this one fares any better. The S-55 does have a slight angle on the S-55s, but now they turn very quickly, and I'm going to start doing some damage back. Another 18 nade off from Conscript Squad. You should be able to avoid those quite easily. Even with Ura, you should be able to get out of there. And seeing as you have just floating munitions, you know, you should definitely get the spotting scope. Spotting scope is excellent, as is the pivot mounted MG42. Plane going down somewhere. Oh no, that wasn't a plane. What am I on about a plane? I've definitely been smoking too much. Okay, so that didn't really hit anything. That's very unfortunate. And a big loss of a munitions dump. Oh, it was actually from oh man, John Wayne, dude. What the hell, man? ISU 152 is going to spell definite defeat for these guys, even though they've been able to reclaim the VPs. There's nothing. Oh, and so you see some flares coming down here. This is probably going to be something deadly in return. Let's have a look. What is it? Ooh! Ah! Another great kind of lucky strike. There's actually 2. There's actually 2 that landed there at the same time. So down goes the packer. Now this guy's entirely unsupported and there's no one to fix him. He's going to be a sad, sad vehicle. Yes, yes you are. He's eating those shots from S-35 and he's going to go down very quickly. So she's now got flank on this S-35. And what one? Well, like I said, I don't know if this game is actually won or lost, but I think, wink, wink, it is. And what lost it is the fuel. Simply the fuel. Focusing on the guy focusing on the munitions up top early is all well and good, and it might give you a brief initial advantage, but late game it's about fuel. I mean, it is a 3-way game of chess. There's no 2 ways about that. I mean, each and every resource is important for its own right, but it's you know, like I say, fuel is the thing that brings out the vehicles. If you've got vehicle dominance, it doesn't matter if you've got infantry dominance, because vehicles will always be able to beat infantry just through manpower attrition, through being able to obviously just be repaired up and things. So that's what's winning, and especially in these big team games. Like I said, you see so many German players going for just P5s, and it's weird because you very rarely see a P5 in a 1v1 or a 2v2. You do see them occasionally, but players just tend to favour going either mass P4s or elephants, and they're a lot better than... okay, so speak of the devil. Check out this puppy, eh? Huh? Yeah? Imagine if you show up to your girlfriends one day and be like, look at the car I just bought on eBay. Yeah, it's not a car, it's a tiger. Tiger? It's not a tiger, it's an elephant, man. God, live in my jungle, right? Elephant's going to come out of play, but it's way too late, unfortunately. There's way too many vehicles out there for him to be able to keep up with, and as well as infantry, I mean, that guy is pretty good at coming up and chucking on those 18 nades or whatever he sees. So, stumped. It is being supported, though. That's nice to see. Support it as much as you can, because that is your get out of jail free card. That is your trump. That is your ace in the hole. The spade up your sleeve. The I don't know. It's all that kind of stuff. You know, you can't afford to lose this guy now. You spent so long waiting for him. Let's see how you do. I'm skeptical, but let's see what goes down. Let's take the fog of war off, I think, for the remainder of this battle. Like I say, I think we're kind of safe in the assumption to say that it's a loss for these guys. Like you see, his concept's so good, so smart as well. He's just going to run them straight up there, just get the 18-8 off now. There's a mark vehicle going down as well, so he's going to be able to get out of this. His flares going down, so you're going to see 2 more of these bombing strikes coming down on top of him. 1, 2, down he goes. Well, that was well played. Yeah. That was worth waiting for. I enjoyed that. So now you're just encircled by 2 of these guys who are just gonna batter you to death with S-35s. They're just gonna surround you in ammunition shells. They won't actually hit you at all, but you'll just become so suffocated with all these metal bud you won't be able to breathe. Advanced Grenadiers sticking about. I mean, there's nothing to stick about for anymore. This is kind of beautiful to see, though. Just like all of this stuff, just kicking ass, and 2 ISU 152s in the background there as well. So there's an impressive array of vehicles, and it reminds me very much of like Warhammer kind of style, where it's just like moving all your units across the map and that kind of stuff. Which, if you guys don't know, is what Relic started off doing with Dawn of War. They did start off with the Warhammer stuff, and then Company Heroes came after that with the same kind of model. If this was a Ziskin, I'd love for this to be a Ziskin right now. Just pound away at this, but look at this, just gradual. This reminds me of the scene of the Matrix, to all those drones just sort of like forcing their way in through the docking bay, you think? And they're just gonna win by sheer numbers, just by throwing as much as they can in. Some nice artillery coming down though. Just look at everything. I mean, you wouldn't want to see this coming at you anytime. And I completely ignored the bottom half of it. Let's have a look at the bottom half side as well. Eek. Yeah, there's just overwhelming forces annihilating stuff that doesn't annihilate it back. Awesome commentary there, right? I mean, at this point, it's game over. And the thing is, when you're playing with 4 people, usually there's 1 or 2 people going, well, no, I've got enough. I can stay in for longer. I can do something. Nah, man, you can't do anything in this situation. There is no comeback mechanic for this guy. These guys just eating so many S-35 shots. All these S-35s just firing away, doing jack. But another artillery, airstrike coming in. Okay, I think it's just gonna be a failed bombing run. Yeah. He was hoping that they'd be pinned for a little bit longer, so a little bit unfortunate. He's going to back out the S-35s, so now they are in a bit of bother with all these strikes. But the ISU 152s should be able to start focusing down these guys and see some massive blob losses. You can see the huge, beautiful shells that the ISU 152s have. Beautiful? I don't know if it's beautiful. But these guys are just look, running to their doom. Yeah, out you go. Back you go. Back in your box. Bad dog. Tiger came out. Okay, Linda's been saving up for a Tiger then. Against 2 S-35s, this Packin will do great. Well played, John Wayne, for getting this Packin down here. I don't know how he did it or what he did it. Tiger, unfortunately, though, is bearing the brunt of these ISU 152 shots and the S-35s with Mark vehicle. Down you go. I mean, there's nothing to be done in this situation. This has been a good game for quite a few minutes. You may as well just sit back and enjoy the beauty of destruction. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. yeah, that song, you know. Another P5 down. Infantry running to their doom. These tanks just like, more man, I need more of these. It's like this is like Pac-Man, and these are like the little like blob things, little gum, pieces of gum, candy, whatever it is, getting eaten alive, just completely annihilate this guy. He doesn't even need to micro. He can just sort of like leave these guys here, and then they just keep sending units against them. 50 points remaining. Okay, this shouldn't be too long now. But look, I mean, this entire channel down here is completely clear. And this is just the mentality of there's forces there. I should send my forces there to stop them. Don't, man. I mean, you're gonna lose. Just go out and cap what you can, back up what you can, and try and get as much advantage as possible. Another P5 is some nice smoke coming down, but it's not gonna be enough to save that guy. That is unfortunate because it was kind of smart decision to put smoke down. ISC 152. Okay, so this armored fist is really coming right up the arsehole of these guys and just right in the back. And it's gonna start pushing in the base. Some more smoke going down. This is probably gonna be another precision strike. He's just got so much fuel. Doesn't care. He's gonna bomb the base. Yeah. I hope you guys appreciated my singing. I don't do that very often. If you couldn't tell, Opel truck is definitely the right decision in this situation, because yeah, as you can see, Opel truck did great, as is the Panzerwerfer. Actually, Panzerwerfer is going to do fantastic against IC-152s because it has the range. I'm sorry, man. I was getting a bit mean there. I think I'm getting a bit carried away. But it's when it's that much of a rolling, it's difficult to be supportive. You know, poor fuel choices. I think just overall, it's kind of like a lower skill based match, which is fine. I mean, getting the grips, using units in 4v4 is okay. Just remember that whatever you do in 4v4 won't work in 1v1 or 2v2. Panzer 5s. I just can't rate them, especially in a 4v4. I'd much rather have a flooded field, like you see with the S-285s. It just flood the field with S-285s. So I'd rather see like a flooded field of just Stugs. No, don't get Stugs. Well, you couldn't get Stugs actually. Stugs aren't too bad, but I mean they will lose one up against an S-285, and then there's no point. But like I said, more vehicles is better than 1 or 2 vehicles. But there we go. That's my 2 cents. Hopefully you guys have had a little bit of fun with this kind of off-the-cuff cast, as we will. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Cheers very much for joining me.